Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Doc. I am Maria Tessa A. Filion, and I'm going to discuss about what is evaluation. We have here an objectives. The first one is to define the meaning of evaluation, and the second is to identify the Kirkpatrick's model for levels of evaluation. What is evaluation? Evaluation is the process of reviewing both the instructional components and the resulting outcomes of instruction to determine whether instruction achieves the desired outcomes. Kirkpatrick's model of evaluation proposes four levels of evaluation. The first one is the reaction. The second is learning, the third is the behavior, and the fourth is the result. Well, this is the simple, fairly simplistic model. It provides a framework for understanding evaluation and has provided a significant model of evaluation to the field of instructional design. The first level of evaluation of Kirkpatrick's model of evaluation is the reaction. In order to have effective instruction, one requires frequent feedback from the learners to check learning's progress and monitor efficacy of the pedagogical process selected for instruction. An instructional designer can evaluate both the teacher and the learner's reaction to a new pedagogical instruction. Once it is determined that there is engagement by the learners, one may assume that learners will not drop out due to the reaction to the quality or applicability of instruction. It also helps the evaluator to control the pace of the program as one moves ahead in the training phase. It leaves frustration and vagueness of the evaluator's mind if one knows that all the learners are positively oriented towards undertaking the training. This also measures your participants' initial reaction to gain an understanding of the training program and valuable insights into material quality, educator, and more. The second levels of evaluation is the learning. Evaluating learning is an ongoing process in instructional development. It is important to evaluate whether materials developed solve the problems that were identified. When learners master the content of the training or exhibit proper learning through assessment, one can assume the effectiveness of the program and identify what did not work if the learning outcomes show adverse results. Several studies in the field of educational measurement have suggested that assessment and evaluation lead to higher quality learning. POMCAM of 2008 called this new aspect of assessment in the evaluation process as transformative assessment, where the evaluator identifies learning progression of the learners by analyzing the sequence of skills learned over the period of study program. This also helps the evaluator or the instructional designer to develop methods to assess how much the learners mastered the learning material. It also measures how much information was effectively absorbed during the training and map it to the program or individual learning objectives. The third level of evaluation is the behavior. Attitudes and behavior are important indicators towards the acceptance and success of an instructional program. Dick Curry mentioned that an evaluators need to right direction to guide the learner's activities and construct a rubric. Example of this is the checklist or a rating scale in order to evaluate and measure performance products and attitudes. A learner develops several intellectual and behavioral skills, and an evaluation can uncover what changes have been brought in the attitude and behavior of the learners. It also, in the behavior, it measures how much your training has influenced the behavior of the participants and evaluate how they apply this information on the job. The last level of evaluation of Kirkpatrick's model of evaluation is the results. With every instructional product, evaluating result is the most significant task by an evaluator and is done to determine how closely one has been able to achieve success in the implementation of the program. An evaluator conducts an evaluation in order to test the effectiveness of the instruction to create the desired learning outcome. Morrison of 2019 suggested evaluators measure the efficiency of learning by comparing the skills mastered with the time taken, cost of program development, continuing expenses, reactions towards the program, and long-term benefits of the program. This result also measure and analyze the impact your training has had at the business level and be sure to tie it to the individual program. And this is my references, and thank you for listening, and God bless us all.